Hi, so I just got from work and I realized that even when you're grounded and in your space, you do need tools to protect yourself sometimes, especially if you're in a really harsh environment. And harsh can be a noisy one, harsh can be one that you have a lot of negative people around you. Or if you have a particularly difficult person that you deal with at work, or maybe you're meeting an ex, you share the kids, and you have to meet up with this person, and you can't avoid it. So, you're grounded in your space, but your aura can be out, really wide. So what you want to do is, when your aura is out like that, you are tuned into everything. You're taking in all the information in your environment, and especially if you're an empath, you just get overwhelmed and overloaded. Ouch! Sorry, my cat. And so the first thing you want to do is bring in your aura to about an arm's length away. Just imagine. All you do is imagine you bringing in that energy, and don't forget under your feet too. I always have to be really conscious about that. So you just bring it in, and then imagine it like a golden bubble around you. You don't want to bring it too close, because then it's really hard to create change in your space and things like that. So just an arm's length away is good. And then on both sides. And imagine like a golden bubble, and you can even imagine it like a mirror. So that way when anything comes at you, it bounces off of you and goes out back to that person. Or it could just be that the golden bubble is reflective, whatever. Like, just use your imagination. There's no script to this. It's just whatever your spirit, when you are starting to do these techniques, it's like whatever your spirit comes up with that is going to work for you, just do it. But I'm a really big advocate of using these tools in your everyday life, because that is what is really going to help you. Meditating on the mat is great, and it's definitely needed, and that's where you can really work through a lot of things. But the day-to-day difficult moments is when you can take these extra tools out of your toolbox and use them, so that way you feel like, especially if you're a sensitive person, you can use them to help shield you from having to take on all this negative energy. So you bring in your aura, golden bubble, and sometimes you will find that when you start doing this, it's something that you have to keep doing. You have to keep regrounding yourself, especially if you're in a situation that's really trying to knock you out of your body. Like, it's a really aggressive person, or I'm not talking physically aggressive, but somebody who's really like a bully. Or it's just a difficult situation for you. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If it's difficult for you, it's difficult for you. Can you stop? Sorry, my cat. So made me lose my train of thought. So yes, so you're all grounded, you're in your bubble, and if you work with any deities or guides, you can ask them for protection. If you're connected with your ancestors, you can ask them for protection. I work a lot with Archangel Michael. Definitely ask him for protection. This is something that a technique that I use. I've had to take public transportation from San Francisco through the Bay Area during rush hour, and it is like 1,000,001 people on the BART trains, and it could be a lot of energy, especially if you're a sensitive person, if you're an empath, and it's even if you have a lot of psychic awareness, and you're tapping into a lot of things going on around you. This is a great technique. And then you also once you make the golden bubble as well, and you're grounded, like we did in the other video, stick something outside of that. Stick a sticker on the outside of that, and if you're in a really like crowded space, I would put a sticker on both sides of my aura, whatever that sticker is, to signify that this is the boundary, this is my space. And obviously people don't see it with their eyes, but energy senses energy, and if you're putting enough protection around you, then and you can deflect it and not take on as much. Sometimes you still may not come out of these situations unscathed. So I would practice any clearing techniques you have, Palo Santo, sage, and also doing like a nice grounding meditation when you come home to clear out some of that shit that got in your space. And this should help you in those situations to really protect yourself. And if you're into crystals and protection crystals and things like that, I actually have, I can't remember what it's called right now. I'll put it in the comments when I find it. When I find the name of it, I'm blanking. Like I said, just gone from work. But I have it in my office at work, so I feel like it helps keep any drama away from me as much as possible. Like I said, it's not foolproof, but okay, well, I hope that this is something that you can try and practice and see if it works for you.